That was Luke receiving a quick brush. So all of my three dogs were groomed really well last week, and so Luke just needed a brush up. It takes about 3 minutes, so 10 minutes, about 10 minutes in total for all three dogs. I'm going to go through what I would do for a more intense grooming with Beau as a model. Papillons have very fine hair and no undercoat. They are relatively easy to groom, but anywhere the hair rubs together, it will tangle and form mats. I tried various brushes, but now I exclusively use a bristle nylon pin brush and a comb. The brush works well, and I believe it is soothing to them. If you're brave, try it on your own hair to see how nice it feels. I used to use a tie-up device for grooming, and that works. But after my dogs got older, I found it quicker and easier to groom my three on my lap. You can keep them still, easily move them into different positions, and it is comforting to them to be close. I start with the chest because all three of mine like being brushed there, and it gives a gentle start before the more difficult areas. I always brush first, and that helps prepare for combing by getting out the easy tangles. The comb takes out the deep down tangles. For the ears, I hold them down so I can brush them against their body. I do this so that there's less pulling. I do both sides of the ear, inside and out. It is important to brush and comb from the base of the hair since that is where most mats occur. For tangles, hold a section of hair between your fingers to prevent pulling. Start at the tips of the hair and work your way up towards the roots, taking out little bits of tangle at a time. If grooming is taking quite a bit of time, say more than 5 minutes, I'll give them a breather and then come back to it later, sometimes even the next day. I also keep the brush and comb handy to give them a quick little brush every now and then. It seems like the back would be easy, but it can have a buildup of loose hair, And you have to be careful because it is actually very sensitive, and when you pull the tangles out, it does hurt them quite a bit. It can be a challenge to do the back end or pants. The hair there is actually quite long and often gets tangled. Work through it by doing small sections at a time, working your way up from the tips of the hair to the base. I admit that sometimes I have to hold them up by the tail for a moment to get a good brush underneath. The tail can get really tangled, but it is not too bad to brush or comb because you can hold it near the base or hold a single section to prevent pulling. The belly and the front legs are never a problem with only occasional mats. I don't brush those areas very often, admittedly. However, the armpits and back leg pits often get mats, especially at the back, so you need to check for that frequently. I just cut those mats out because they're not in a noticeable location. I'd like to finish up by wiping their eyes and giving them a quick dental spray. Stay tuned to see me doing a quick brush with Callie. Thank you for watching.